Hello, students and families. It's Mrs. Reese. I want to welcome you to the new school year, and I'm really glad to get to work with all of you this year. One of the things I wanted to do this year was make sure that all of my students and their families had a kind of a one-stop shop with all their information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Google Sheets to make that happen. And then I want to use this video to show you a couple of things to kind of help you through these first few days so you know how to log into different applications. I'm going to have many of you do. So this is what the Google Sheet will look like. If you're watching this video, there's a link to this sheet in that same email, and you should also have a link to the students folder in Google Drive. So what your sheet's going to look like is this first is going to have lots of tabs down here at the bottom. And this first tab is going to be all the login information for your student. Up here is going to be the name, your Epicenter ID. It's really important that you don't share this information with anyone else just because our system is set up in such a way that we use that ID for many things, and you don't want other students or families to have that information. The other thing that we have this year is Google Accounts for students. It's going to be the same as your first initial, last initial, and your EPIC ID number at epiccharterschools.org. This email is not one that you're going to be able to use to talk to anybody outside of our organization. So we really are going to use it more if you're going to log into websites, use Google to log into websites, or if you're going to be in Google Classroom. So if you have an EPIC Chromebook, the password is going to be the same password that you use to log into your Chromebook. If you don't have an EPIC Chromebook, I can give you information. I can send you the information you need. And if you have lost your password, we can call Beasley and get it reset. And just let me know if you need that. The bottom part of this sheet is going to be all of the different curriculum and websites your student is going to use this year. Of course, some students aren't going to be using MindPlay. Some students aren't going to be using OK College Start. Just know that the only thing that's going to be on your actual sheet for your student is going to be the websites they're going to be using this year. One of the things that's really different about this is you have to hover over the hyperlink and then kind of scroll up here to click on the website. So of course I've hyperlinked them all, and then of course there's going to be your user IDs and passwords are going to be in these boxes over here. The second tab on this spreadsheet is going to be your student schedule. There'll be a semester 2 schedule, but right now we're only worried about semester 1, so that's kind of where I've started. Over here is going to be the different weeks that your student's using, and actually this should be week 2. However, so this first week, I'm not really bringing any pacing into it just for the reason that we're just trying to get used to things. I've got some new families, and some of you, your schedule is going to be a little bit different. Everyone's is going to be different, but if you get started this week and you are working in classes and in your curriculum, you will get pacing for it, but I'm also having a little bit of grace there too for students who maybe are getting used to things. So essentially, if you are a kindergartner through 8th grader and you're doing EPIC Essentials, Dreambox, or MindPlay, this is where you'll just check that you've done it for the day. And then, of course, your schedule is going to be up here depending on whatever classes you're taking. If you're a middle schooler, it'll just be your core classes. If you're a high schooler, it'll be your core classes and your electives. And then, of course, your assignments will be in here. What I expect you to do on each day will be in here. And then as you see going down each week, if you finish everything that's in here, you will get your pacing for that week in each subject. This actually goes through December 20th, and that's about a month ahead of the end of the actual first semester for EPIC. It's January 21st, but I'm accounting for the holiday season. So if you want to be really ambitious and get done before the holiday season, I applaud you, and then we can start semester 2 early. But just know that if something happens or you have an issue or you need a few extra weeks, there's a few extra weeks on the back of this if we need to add it. So I will also try to put websites, usernames, and passwords here so you'll have it, so you don't have to go back and forth between sheets, but that might not always be possible. So One of the things I'm going to have you do, most of you do if you're in 3rd through 12th grade, is the homework help orientation, which we'll go over that in a second. The final tab on this is going to be your weekly grades. Now, right now, all of your sheets are blank because I'm still working on this spreadsheet to get it all set up so everybody has access to their grades, but I just kind of wanted to show you what it's going to look like. These are going to be the weeks for the first 9 weeks, and there'll be a block for each 9 weeks. And then what will happen is every single subject, you'll get a percentage pacing based on the work that you've done, and then a grade. And this is what's going in the actual grade book. Our grade book at Epic's a little weird, so when you log into the parent portal, it looks funny. So I just kind of wanted to make sure you all knew exactly what kind of work your student was doing. This will also help you know whether or not they're falling behind in a class. And I'll give more information about what that looks like and how to use this and how to read this later on in the year, but I just wanted you to know that's what's going to be here. So in this video, I also wanted to show you about homework help. You're going to use the login information on that sheet to go to this website and put your information in here to log in. I've already logged into my daughter's account, so I wanted to show you what it looks like. This is the home screen. And what you'll do is you'll request an on-demand session. And to do the orientation, you're going to choose any subject you want. You'll choose orientation, virtual classroom and tools, intro to classroom and tools, and then you have to enter something in this field here. So homework help's really important because it's a 24/7 online tutor that you can talk to anytime you need help. If it's after hours or you're working on your schoolwork late or really early and you just need some extra help, this is a good option to choose. Your tutor has access to your curriculum and can help you with any work you're doing. So then you'll hit the submit button, and what will happen is another screen will pop up, and on this side there will be a chat box, and this will be your screen, and then there'll be some tools over on this side, and your tutor the online tutor will take you through what to do and how to use the different tools. You always want to make sure that you get to the very end of the session. Do not click out of the session or you will not get credit for it. You need to go to the end of the session, have the tutor, they'll give you a short survey at the end, and then they'll tell you goodbye, and then it'll go to a follow-up screen where you can rate your tutor and your session from 1 to 5 and leave any comments. You need to get to the rating and the comment screen before you click out or you will not get credit for attending the session. So the last thing I want to show you is many of my students are going to be working in IXL this week. You need to make sure you go to the IXL website for Epic. And don't go to the main IXL website or you will not be able to, you won't be able to log in correctly. Make sure that whenever you log in, you're seeing this Epic logo. So like again, I'm logged into my daughter's account. And so let me show you what it looks like. So usually when you log in, it's going to look like this. You're going to want to go to this tab right here that says diagnostic. And then you're going to want to step into the arena. So sometimes it'll give you a choice of what question if you want to do an English question or a math question, I'll give you an option. If it doesn't, that's okay. You're going to get both English and math questions in this diagnostic. Now don't let the diagnostic sour you on IXL. The diagnostic does not do what IXL usually does, which explains why you got something wrong or tell you, great, you got it correct. You just need to go through and answer these to the best of your ability. If you know how to do a problem, do the best you possibly can, because you want to make sure that we start you exactly where you need to be. So parents, do not help your students on the diagnostic. Just encourage them if they don't know how to do something. The other option here is if you truly see a problem that you've never done and you don't know how to do, you can click, I don't know this yet. But don't do that all the time because you just want to get through, because if you do, it'll start you way too low for your ability, and we want you to start exactly where you're at. So we're going to be doing the diagnostic for about 2 weeks, and then after the 2 weeks we have a good measure, and it kind of helps me see exactly what lessons you may need extra help on. So that's kind of the first little introduction to what's available. Your schedule is going to have much more information than this schedule, and it's going to tell you exactly what I want you to do. The first week will be filled out, so don't hesitate to check this out. If you have any questions, you run into any problems, please let me know. I will tell you that emailing or texting is probably the best way to get a hold of me. You can call, but if I don't answer, it's probably because I'm working with a student and I'm not able to answer. However, if you text or email, sometimes I'm able to answer more quickly. I hope you guys have a great first day and a great first week. I'm really looking forward to this school year, and I will talk to all of you very, very soon. Have a great day.